Now, passing's allowed. Just don't pass anybody unless your instructor tells you to, okay?
Yeah.
And whenever you pass, try not to cut somebody off. So you want to give them enough space. Remember, there's a lot of people out here that have never been on a racetrack before. So if you cut them off, things can go wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So give them plenty of space whenever you go by. And like I said, just don't pass unless your instructor says, hey, go ahead and pass now. There's certain locations on track that are kind of tight, so we'll only pass in certain locations out there. That way we can make sure nothing bad happens.
Awesome.
Now when you're out there, there's going to be cones that are going to help you go around the track, okay? So the cones that you're going to see, yellow on the straightaways, that tells you that's whenever you need to let off the gas. You're prepping for the brake zone at that point, okay? So the red cones, that's your brake zone. Get your braking done in that brake zone. If you're still having to brake while you're entering a corner, that means you didn't press hard enough on the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So try and brake harder on that. If you don't brake hard enough, it's much worse than if you brake a little bit too much, because you can always build speed back up. But if you don't brake hard enough, you wind up in one of those buildings over there or something like that, right? So no fun on that.
Yeah.
Now, how you're going to do the corners, there's an orange cone on the outside of the track. And that one, you're going to see one that's standing up, one that's laid down. It basically says, hey, we're going that direction. Or if it's like that, it means we're going that direction. So that's going to point towards the green cones. So if you begin your turn at the orange and then make your turn towards the green, it'll line you up right through the corner. And that's the best way to carry speed through the corner if you want to go fast. You don't have to. But if you want to go fast, do that, and it'll take you right through the corner. You'll have a lot of fun. Just leave 3 feet of space between you and the edge of the track.
Yeah.
You need just a small amount of buffer zone there, okay? And your instructor will be talking to you and telling you where to go, where to look, things like that. So there's a few different methods, the hand signals, talking, the cones. So you've got several different ways that you'll be able to make it around the track successfully, okay? One thing that'll help is if you look really far ahead, that'll give you a chance to see where you're going. All right, instructors, blue lights on, 3 feet, 3 laps, great gaps. Ferrari, you are with me. All right, now, whenever you come out of here, like I said, if you're behind one of those supercars, you're gonna wanna give them some space. About from that white cone to that orange one way up there is about the distance that you're kind of searching for. Now, if you're behind me, just follow me out onto the racetrack, and that way I can guide you around the track, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go from the orange on this side, and then steer towards the green on the inside here. And then we're going to go towards the green on this side. Now, there's some orange tape that's on the ground. That will be your indication. If you get too close to that orange tape, or if you run over that orange tape, that means you're less than 3 feet away from the edge of the track, okay? So don't run over the orange tape, and that'll be your reference point, okay? At the red cones, we're going to get our braking done here. Now, obviously, this time I'm not going very fast, so I don't have to brake very hard. But whenever you're going fast, brake hard. And we're going to go from the orange. Here's the little bit of a jump here.
Yeah.
Whenever we're going quickly, it's lots of fun. We're going to brush on the brakes at the reds, go from the orange to the green. And then we're going to go from this orange. Now, that patch of concrete has a good amount of traction, so we're going to get on that. And then we're going to go around the green on this side all the way to that orange. And at this red, just brush the brakes lightly. You don't have to do too much. Back to the green on this side. We'll start rolling to the gas. At this red, this is going to be a brake zone here. Be patient, wait for this orange, and then that way you'll have a better turn here. If you turn too early, you run out of space, okay? And your goal is to make it up there to that green cone, okay? And then from here, you want to go straight from the green to the green. And then you want to let it float out to the yellows on this side of the track over here, okay? Real important to get this one right, because it'll prep you for a good straightaway, okay? So orange on this side. Now go to the green, and then that way it lines you up for the straight. Now you can start rolling the gas. You can give it as much power as you want, okay? At the yellows, let off at the yellow, and then brake hard here at the red cones. We're gonna wait for that orange, and then we're gonna make a big smooth arc all the way around. Try and make this one big corner, okay? All the way to the green. Same thing, if you're trying to land at that next green cone, now you're gonna start rolling in the gas. Now the middle of the straightaway is your smoothest portion. on this side, green on that side. Now our last lap, we're gonna put the windows down. We're gonna go a bit quicker, okay? Everybody doing all right?
Yeah, sir.
All right. Nobody's getting sick, right?
No.
I'll try harder. I'm kidding. Checker, checker, checker.